3 characteristics of heavy metal next on Retro Serial. Hey everyone, I'm Ian C. and you're watching Retro Serial. Whether you liked Iron Maiden or Poison, whether you preferred tough leather or glam, whether you disliked it all, heavy metal was part of growing up Generation X. Today we are going to be talking about 3 features or 3 traits that kind of bind all types of heavy metal together. But before we do that, please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it on your favorite social media. If you're interested in one of these things are available, please hit that bell notification, and that will let you know when the next episode of Retro Serial is out, so you don't miss a single episode. And those are free for you to do, but if you want to support the channel in a more financial way, there are a couple ways you can do that. You can visit our Patreon page, where you will find 2 levels of support. The first level of support is the Cornflake Club. It's just at $3 a month. It says, hey, we like what you're doing. Please keep it up. But the other level of support is the Honeycomb Hideout, and it's $5 a month, and you get all videos, most all videos, and most all podcasts at least 1 day in advance. At least advanced enough that you can say, hey, I saw it before everybody else did. And perhaps you're not willing to make a monthly financial donation, but you want to give one time. Well, you can do so over Venmo at Singularity_production. All of that will be listed in the comments section below. Now, let's get to our 3 traits. First, let me say that I approach this somewhat cautiously. Heavy metal represents a wide range of music. We have bands ranging from Metallica to Faster Pussycat. And finding 3 traits that bind them all together is, well, nearly impossible. There will always be bands that don't fit the bill. That said, I did my best to find 3 characteristics or 3 features that are nearly universal in heavy metal. And here they are. The first feature is that heavy metal is theatrical. What I mean by this is heavy metal likes to put on a show. Whether or not you see a Harley riding across stage or you have a spinning drum kit, heavy metal likes to present itself with theatrics. And this seems to be true of all subgenres of heavy metal. Whether you're talking about a real aggressive band like Iron Maiden or a more poppy band like Dokken, each one of them seemed to want to put on a good show and be very theatrical. Another thing to keep in mind is that while heavy metal and its theatrics started well before MTV, MTV really seemed to push it or more or less shove it in that direction. I mean, after all, if you're going to put on a visually appealing show, if you're going to be visually appealing to a visually appealing audience, you better be visually appealing. This means bigger hair, at least in some cases. This means louder clothes, at least in some cases. But it certainly means a grander set. What's your favorite theatrics of heavy metal? I'd like to hear it. List it in the comments section below. The second feature is musicianship. What I mean by this is that heavy metal tends to be technical in its musical composition and desires to be technically good. It's not sloppy musically. There's an overwhelming desire to be accurate in its sound. Now, I want to say that there are a few bands that don't fit this bill live. We all know that there are bands that when you watch them live, they actually kind of suck. But when you look at those bands' albums, their studio albums, they're actually technically good. And I think this can be best seen in all the instruments, including the vocals. You're looking for precision in your ability to sing in the lead singer. You're looking for precision in the lead guitarist to pull off those crazy and amazing licks. And you're looking for precision in the bass and drum to kind of carry the song. So it seems to be very musically, technically oriented, as opposed to, say, the punk rock movement or even the grunge movement, which wasn't. It was more based around sloppiness. So these people tended to be musically technicians. All right, so what's your favorite musical technical part of heavy metal? Let me know in the comments section below. And finally, it's excessive. What I mean by excessive is best displayed in its lyrical content and its musicianship, and finally in its attitude. Let me start with lyrics. In heavy metal, there seems to be two types of songs, generally. There are always going to be exceptions to this rule. But the first type of song really goes back to our first point about theatrics. It tells a story. One might think of 18 in Life, for example, where you have the story of an 18-year-old who shoots his best friend and has to spend the rest of his life in jail. That's one type of song that you find in heavy metal. However, there are other types of songs as well. Songs like Girls, Girls, Girls and Nothing But a Good Time, etc., etc. These really are songs about the excessive lifestyle of a party or person, of a rock star in particular, and a party or person in general. It's all about the best. It's all about the best party, the best girls, the best wine, the best drugs. So it's excessive in that way, but it's not just excessive there. It's also excessive in its musical exercise. What I mean by this is, and this can best be seen in the guitarist and in the singer. Can the guitarist be faster, play it better than the guy before him? Can the singer sustain those high notes longer and with more melody and higher than the person before him or the person in the other band? It seems to be excessive, and all this kind of works together toward the attitude. The general attitude in heavy metal is to be the best. It's excessive. Whether or not you're talking about the more heavier leather side of heavy metal or the more glam side of heavy metal, the leather's got to be really leather. If you got one spike on there, put a bunch of spikes on there. If you've got, on the glam side, a little bit of hair up, well, put a lot of it up. If you got a little bit of makeup on, well, put a lot of makeup on. It tends towards excessiveness, which, in my opinion, was unfortunately its downfall, because the music got lost in it, and it really tended to be more about the excessiveness of it rather than whether or not they were producing good songs. At least that was part of the puzzle as to why heavy metal took kind of a downturn in the 90s as grunge rose to prominence. Well, that's my list of 3 traits or 3 characteristics of heavy metal. Where did you agree with me? Where did you disagree with me? Was there any characteristic that you felt that I left out that I should have included? Let me know in the comment section below. And please, as always, if you like this video, or even if you hated this video, please don't forget to like it, subscribe to my channel, comment in the comment section below, and share it on your favorite social media. Those 3 things right there mean the world to me. If you want to know when these things are available, hit the bell notification. See our Patreon if you want to donate to us, or our Venmo if you want to donate to us. I want to thank you so much for watching. I'm Ian C. You've been watching Retro Serial. Stay safe and stay retro, everyone.